Manifestation isn't hard because you're not spiritual enough, or because you're not saying the right affirmations, or even because the universe forgot about you. The truth is, the number one reason that manifestation feels hard is because you haven't fully committed. You aren't creating what you want with conviction that that is the only option for you. You say you want abundance, but you're still telling the story of how things aren't quite going as well as you wish they were. You say you want love, but if you're really honest with yourself, you haven't fully healed the part of you that's afraid of being trapped in an unhealthy relationship again, so you keep picking unavailable partners. That split energy is what makes manifestation feel exhausting. When you make the decision to fully commit to your vision, to your worth, to the life you actually want, that's when things start flowing. In this video, I'm going to show you how to spot the places where you're leaking energy. Because when your energy is leaking, you'll always be in a push-pull with the things you say you want. You'll keep working harder and harder on the surface, while the deeper current keeps dragging you back. Oh, and make sure to stick around till the end when I share my story of my most profound manifestation and the lesson I learned about the power of committing fully. Hey there, my friend. I'm Nicole, and around here, it's all about shifting your energy, healing your subconscious, and becoming magnetic to the life you want. If you're ready to feel confident, free, and fully expressed, hit that subscribe button. You're in the right place. And real quick, before we dive in, I created a free energy leak assessment that goes perfectly with this video. It's a guided workbook that helps you spot the hidden places where your energy is draining so you can get back into alignment. The link's below and in the pinned comment. Make sure you grab it because it is such a game changer. So why does manifestation feel so hard sometimes? It's not because you're not worthy of what you desire. It's also not because it's not available and what you're wishing for isn't possible. Here's the truth. If you can desire it, it's possible and it's meant for you. And it's definitely not because the universe doesn't think you've earned it yet. It feels hard because your energy is split. Manifestation is about alignment. Your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions all moving in the same direction. But when part of you says yes and another part of you says no, your energy cancels itself out. For many years, I wanted for my coaching business to take off, but the honest truth was that I didn't believe that I could actually help anyone. And for a while, anytime someone would actually book a call, I dreaded it. I felt guilty in advance because I thought for sure I was wasting their time. I even had people that already knew and loved me scheduling calls and paying for them, and I saw it as them doing me a favor. And it reinforced a belief I had that was running the show, that I needed to be saved and I didn't have any value to offer. You see, I kept trying to visualize having clients, making enough money with work that was so meaningful, and having more than enough to pay my bills. Yet I wasn't actually treating that work as work I loved. You can say you want something, money, love, your dream career, but if you secretly don't trust yourself not to repeat an old pattern or believe that you are worthy and ready for that reality, then part of your energy is pulling back. That's why it feels like pushing a boulder uphill. You're affirming one thing with your words, but leaking energy with your doubts, fears, and half commitments. And that tug of war inside is what keeps you from receiving what you're asking for. So let's talk about what commitment really means. There's a big difference between thinking you want something and being committed. Wanting something sounds like, wouldn't it be cool if, or maybe someday. Commitment means, this is who I am. This is non-negotiable. Tony Robbins said something like, you don't get what would be nice to have. You get your standards. In her book, The Year of Yes, Shonda Rhimes shares a moment in her weight loss journey that illustrates this perfectly. She realized that she was always complaining about her body, about how she felt and how embarrassed she was to need a seatbelt extender on airplanes, but she was also always complaining about the healthy eating and the workouts that it took to change. She never turned down sweets, but she also desperately wanted her body to feel different. And then one day it clicked for her. She couldn't keep straddling the line between the two identities. She had to decide. Was she going to keep enjoying the sweets and ask for that seatbelt extender loud and proud? Or was she going to step fully into the identity of the woman who honors her body? Neither choice was wrong, but she had to choose who she was going to be. That's what commitment is in manifestation. It's not about forcing more action. It's about choosing the version of you that already has the thing you desire and aligning your energy there. So here's an exercise for you. Think about the thing you want most, then ask yourself, what are the downsides of becoming the person who has it? Because every identity shift comes with its own discomfort. Maybe it's letting go of old habits, old relationships, old excuses. Maybe you're afraid that if you give up the drinking, you're going to have to miss out on the fun, deep conversations with friends that you have when you're doing it. Maybe having all the money that you ever dreamed of is going to make you feel unrelatable and you worry what that might do to your life. Write down both sides, the hard of staying in your current reality and the hard of becoming the version of you who already has what you want. And then choose. Choose the identity you're willing to fully commit to, the identity that you are ready to take a stand for. Because once you do, your energy stops leaking into indecision and manifestation can finally flow. So how do you actually know if you're not fully committed to what you say you want? The first place to look is simple. What are the things you've been trying to manifest for a long time but you still don't have? Those desires are showing you where your energy isn't lining up. One reason this happens is something called secondary gain. This means that even if you consciously want something, a part of you gets some hidden benefit from not having it. For example, maybe you want the financial abundance, but a part of you feels safer staying small and invisible. Or maybe you want love, but a part of you is using being single as a protection from being hurt again. Those hidden payoffs can quietly keep you from fully committing. Another clue is if you keep changing your mind about the manifestation itself. One week you want the dream house. The next week you're convincing yourself that you're fine where you're at. That flip-flopping signals a lack of clarity. It's your energy being divided, and divided energy can't magnetize what you want. And finally, compare this area of your life with the ones that are already non-negotiable for you. Maybe it's being a loving parent and showing up for your kids. Or perhaps you take care of your health and it is a non-negotiable. You eat the healthy foods, you work out. Or maybe you are the person that always shows up on time. You don't keep renegotiating the commitments that are non-negotiable. You just do them. Now contrast that with the thing you say you want but you aren't experiencing yet. Do you feel that same level of conviction, or are you still leaving the back door open? That's how you spot it. If your desire isn't a non-negotiable part of your identity yet, your energy will keep leaking and your manifestation will stay out of reach. So once you've spotted where your energy hasn't been fully committed, how do you shift? Here are 3 powerful steps to recommit to your desire. Step 1, get clear on your deeper why. This isn't just about saying, I want more money, or I want to lose weight, or I want love. The real magnetism comes when you uncover the layers underneath. One of my favorite ways to do this is with the layers of why exercise. You simply ask yourself, why do I want this? And then whatever answer comes up, you ask again, and why do I want that? You keep peeling back the layers until you hit the core, because that core is going to be a driving force that makes a huge difference in your commitment. For example, maybe you say, I want more money. Why? So I don't feel stressed about bills. Why? So I can finally breathe. Why? So I know I'll always have a roof over my head, food in the fridge, and the basics covered. Why? Because what I really want is to feel safe. Safe in my body, safe in my home, safe in my life. You see how it goes? You move from a surface desire into a deeper truth. And that truth is what holds the real power. When your why is anchored in safety, trust, and belonging, that's when your subconscious gets fully on board. Step 2, see how this desire benefits not only you, but everyone around you. This part is so important because sometimes we feel guilty about wanting too much. We hear that old voice that says, who am I to have this? Or what if someone else is more deserving? But here's the truth. When you manifest your desires, you literally become a better version of yourself. And that version of you is more generous, more creative, more loving, and more available to others. Think about it. When you are financially abundant, you can give more freely, support your loved ones, and invest in causes you care about. When you're in a healthy, loving relationship, you bring more patience, presence, and safety to your family. When you're fully expressed, you inspire your children, your friends, even strangers to step into their own truth and their own power. Your desires aren't just about you. Who you become when you have them is a gift to the world. And when you really see that, the guilt starts to dissolve because your desire is not selfish, it's sacred. And step 3, anchor into why me, why now? Make a list of reasons why this desire is available to you in this moment. Look for evidence all around you, times you've already made progress, moments when someone thanked you for your impact, or proof that others just like you have manifested something similar. Collect those reasons like receipts. The more evidence you give yourself for why me, why now, the more your subconscious starts to believe it. When you do these 3 steps, get clear on your why, see how it serves others, and anchor into why me, why now, you transform your desire from a fragile interest to a committed identity. And that's when manifestation starts to feel inevitable instead of impossible. Commitment changes everything. When your energy is fully in, doors start opening, synchronicities show up, and people rally around you in ways that you could never predict. I'll give you a personal example. A few years ago, I signed up for a coaching certification with Mama Gina, someone I had admired for almost 2 decades. As part of the program, there was a retreat in Costa Rica, but it was an extra cost, and honestly, I had no idea how I was going to afford it. I was already stretched financially from making the investment in the certification, and I was on a super tight budget. But here's the thing. In my mind, there was no world in which I wasn't going on this trip. It wasn't desperation. Of course, I would survive if I didn't go, but I was fiercely committed. I told everyone and anyone that I was going. I blocked it off on my calendar. I secured parenting coverage with my ex so that I'd be free for those days. I declared it as a fact long before I had the money. As the deadline to book drew closer, I still had no idea how it would happen. A week before the cutoff, I told a friend in dance class, "Next week, we're going to celebrate that I figured this out." I hadn't figured it out yet, but I had already decided. Then just a few days before the deadline, a friend said to me, "What if you just asked for it? Like, don't try to hustle to make the money or borrow it. What if you just asked someone to gift it to you or set up a GoFundMe?" At first, I brushed it off. I politely told her I'd consider it and thanks for the suggestion. But privately, I was thinking, that is insane. I can't do that. That's so greedy. It's so entitled. Who does that? But when I repeated the idea to another friend later, more to say, you would not believe what this person told me to do, I burst into tears and I realized, oh my gosh, that's the edge. That was the bold, audacious move that the universe was inviting me into, and I really, really, really didn't want to do it. But I knew if I didn't, I was turning down the assignment that had been gifted to me for my fierce commitment to my desire. I did it. 2 days before the deadline, I hit publish on my heartfelt GoFundMe, and within 48 hours, not only did I receive all the money I needed to book my trip, but I was met with an outpouring of love, celebration, and support from people who wanted to see me step into that desire. It was one of the most profound experiences of my life, not because of the money, not even because of the magical trip, but because of the lesson. Once I committed fully, the how revealed itself. The universe met me with more than I could have imagined. That's the ripple effect of commitment. It doesn't mean the path is comfortable. Actually, if your desire doesn't scare the crap out of you, you're probably playing it safe. But once your energy is fully committed, manifestation stops being about effort. It stops being about hustling and forcing, and it starts being magnetic. Opportunities, people, and resources begin to move towards you because your energy is no longer split. And that's the power I want you to feel in your own desires. So if you're ready to take this deeper and actually see where your energy is leaking, make sure to grab my free energy leak assessment workbook. It walks you through the exact process I've used with clients and myself to uncover those hidden drains, reclaim your power, and finally let your desires flow without so much resistance. You can download it now in the link below. It's simple, but it's powerful. And honestly, you might be surprised by how much energy you've been giving away without even realizing it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. And that clarity alone can completely shift how your manifestations start showing up.